So this is my lecture 12, and in lecture 12 I will be defining my I4n and J4n. Okay, so yeah, so define I4n and J4n so that the following diagram commutes. So this is my commutative diagram for I4n, and this is my commutative diagram for J4n, and this is F2n into Gn goes from Hn tending to R4n, and F2n into Gn goes from Hn tending to R4n. This is my scalar multiplication by I, and this is my R I4n, and this is my commutative diagram for J4n. So again F2n into Gn goes from Hn tending to R4n, F2n into Gn goes from Hn tending to R4n, and this is my scalar multiplication by J, and this is my Rj4n. Here I have given you all one note. Scalar multiplication by I and J means left scalar multiplication by I and J. That means that this is my left scalar multiplication by I, and this is my left scalar multiplication by J. Next I have to commute my I4. Okay, I have to commute I4. For that I have to do what? I have to put n is equal to 1 for this one. Okay, I'll continue on next page. Yeah, this is my I4, and if I put n is equal to 1, this diagram will become, wherever there is n you have to put 1. Okay, and it will look like this, the commutative diagram for I4. You all can write it down. I'll continue on next page. Yeah, so here is my next page. So I have drawn the diagram on this page as well. So I will start from here and I will come to R4. This is my path 1. Okay, I will start from this H. So for that I have to say let A plus IB plus CJ plus DK belonging to H, and then this scalar multiplication by I. Okay, then I have to do this I into this. Okay, so what I will get, AI minus B, right, because I into I is minus 1, so it will be minus B plus CK. Why? I into J is K, and I into K is what? Minus J, so minus DK. Okay, so this is equal to minus B plus AI minus DJ plus CK, okay, is equal to minus B plus AI plus this, I am going to write it as minus D plus CI into J, this. So if I put minus D J, I will get as it is, and then plus I into J is nothing but K, so I will get CK back. Okay, so I have written this in this form. Now this goes from what? So I got my H. Okay, this is my H part, and then this F2 into G1, I have written it here, F2 into G1 into this I have to do. Okay, so now G1 into this is nothing but minus B plus AI comma minus D plus CI. Okay, and now this is equal to what? F2 into this, so now this is equal to minus B comma A comma minus D comma C. Okay, so I'm done with my path 1 and I got R4 finally. Okay, now I will be doing my path 2 on the next page. So next, so this is my, now I have to do my path 2, right? I have to start from this H and I have to come to R4. Okay, so let A plus BI plus CJ plus DK belonging to H, this. Okay, and then F2 into G1, this. So f2 into g1 into this, I am writing it as like a plus bi plus c plus di into j. So it will be like cj plus I into j is nothing but dk. Okay, so I will write this in this form. Now this is equal to f2 into a plus bi comma c plus di. This g1 of this I am writing as this, and now f2 of this is what? Equal to a comma b comma c comma d. So I got my r4. Now I4. Okay, now I have to do this into this I4. Okay, a comma b comma c comma d into I4 is what? So I'll continue on the next page. Okay, so thus my minus b comma a comma minus d comma c is equal to a comma b comma c comma d. This is 4 into 4 into 4 matrix. Okay, so this I got from path 1. So I got it from here, this. Okay, and I have written it here. Now this is equal to what? A comma b comma c comma d into this matrix, 4 into 4. So 0 1 minus 1 0, this is 0 0 0, and here also same 0 0 0 0, and this is my 0 1 minus 1 0. So hence I4 is equal to this matrix. Okay, so finally I got my I4. Next I will be next is my, I have to commute J4. Okay, and this is my J4. Okay, and now I have to put n is equal to 1. If I take n is equal to 1, and I have, so wherever there is n you have to put 1. Okay, and the diagram will look like this. The commutative diagram for J4 will look like this, and you all can write it down, and I'll continue on the next page. Next, so for J4 I want you all to solve it. Okay, so it is similar way to I4n. Okay, how I commuted I4, same way you have to commute J4. Okay, so first I have to start from path. So this is my path 1, right? I have to start from here and I have to reach here, R4. Okay, from this side. So H is what? Let A plus IB plus CJ plus DK belonging to H. This, then left scalar multiplication by J, write it as it is, then J into this. Okay, and this is equal to what? I'm going to write this as AJ minus BK minus C plus DI. Okay, so is equal to, this is equal to what? Minus C plus DI plus AJ minus BK. Now this is equal to minus C plus DI plus, and this I am going to write it as this, A minus BI. Outside the bracket you have to write J, because I into J is nothing but this K. So, and this is what? F2O into G1, write it here. Okay, and then now you have to get R4, right? So for that you have to do this into this. So this I have written it here, and then this you have to write it here. Now G1 into this is what? This minus C plus DI comma A minus BI, and F2 you have written it as it is, right? Now F2 into this is nothing but minus C comma D comma A comma minus B. Next is, on other hand, this is my path 2. Okay, and here I got my path 1. So finally I reached to R4 from here to here. Okay, this is the end of my path 1, and now path 2, it will start from here and I have to reach here, right, from this side. So say let A plus IB plus CJ plus DK belonging to H, then F2 into G1, then F2 into G1 into this you have to do, and F2 into G1 into this is what? Now this into this is nothing but F2 and this is what? A plus bi comma c plus di. Now this is equal to f2 into this is equal to a comma b comma c comma d, and this is my whatever I got r4, okay, this, and now rj4n here, and now what I have to do, a comma b comma c comma d into j4. So this, so I have to get in this, right, final. So then this into this, okay. I'll continue on the next page. Yeah, so thus minus c comma d comma minus a comma minus b I got from path 1, okay, from here. Yeah, from here I got minus c comma d comma a comma minus b. This I have to write it here, and then this is equal to a comma b comma c comma d into this matrix, 4 into 4 matrix, and this is nothing but my j4. Therefore I got my j4 also. Next is my remark. The following are equivalent. First is what? B is quaternionic real matrix. B commutes with I4 and J4. Third is Gn inverse into F2n inverse into RB into F2n into Gn, where Hn tending to Hn is H linear. Okay, so I'm done with okay, then you all can take down this continuation part of that remark, and I'm done with my lecture 12, and I will be soon uploading my lecture 13, and that will be the end of chapter 2.